Hey dear students, I'm Assistant Professor Rajeshwari Sharma and I welcome you all to this e-learning platform of GS College of Commerce, Wardha. This lecture is for the BCom 6th semester for the subject Advanced Statistics. As far as the subject is concerned, here we are dealing with the first unit. Under the first unit, correlation analysis, we are done with the theory part. Now we are dealing with the numerical part. Okay, so under this chapter, we have solved 3 numerical problems till now. Today we are going to solve our fourth question, which also deals with the simple correlation in the simple series. So let's see what is the question. First we will understand the question, then we will move towards the solution. So it is given that psychological test of intelligence of arithmetic ability were applied to the 10 children, and the data of those 10 children have been given over here. Okay, so in problem you have been given the number of 10 children. Okay, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or it can be represented by A, B, C, D, E, F, such alphabets. Okay, 10 children can be represented by either alphabets or numbers or by names as well. And then you would be given the data that needs to be compared. Like what needs to be compared over here? Intelligence ratio and the arithmetic ability. These two things we have to take into consideration for calculating the correlation. So here this x variable and y variable would be given in your question as well. Okay, this x variable represents intelligence ratio, that is we will write IR, and this y variable represents arithmetic ability. So here we will write A. A stands for arithmetic ability. Okay, so you would be given this data in question itself. So then after considering that data, you have to calculate the correlation between these two variables by applying the formula of Karl Pearson's coefficient of correlation. So now how we will move towards problem, how we will move towards solution. So solution would be like this. First of all, we have to prepare a 7-column preparation chart. Okay, what are those 7 columns in the preparation chart? First would be x, then dx, then dx squared, then y, then dy, then dy square, then dx dy. Okay, these are going to be your 7 columns. Now you have to fill these columns. You have to put values in this column. So from where you would put values? So you will see in question. In question, we will see what data has been given. So we will see that we have been given x variable and the y variable in the question. Okay, so we will put that data as it is. Like in x variable, that is in intelligence ratio, I have been given certain items in questions. I have put them as it is, like 105, 104, 102, 101, 100, 99, 98, 96, 93 and 92. So I have put them as it is. Then second variable in the question that had been given was arithmetic ability, that we have represented by variable y. There also I have been given certain items that I have put in the y column. Here you can see 101, 103, 100, 98, 95, 96, 104, 92, 97 and 94. Okay. So now what I have done, I have read the question, I have seen which data has been given in question, and the data that has been given in question I have put in the preparation table. Now what is the next step? With the help of this given data, we have to make the calculation of other values that needs to be computed for putting into the formula for calculating the coefficient of correlation. So now we have put the values of x. Now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate dx. What is the meaning of dx? Dx means deviation from x series. How we are going to calculate dx? So the formula for calculating dx is x minus a, where a refers to assumed mean. Okay, how we are going to take assumed mean? So from x series you can take any number as assumed mean, but we are going to take the smallest number from the x series as assumed mean, so that it will be easy for the sake of calculation. So here what is the smallest number? 92 is the smallest number over here. Okay, so we will consider it as assumed mean. Okay, now we will calculate dx by considering 92 as assumed mean. What is the formula for assumed mean? X minus a means what is the value of first item? 105. What is the value of assumed mean? 92. So we will do 5 minus 92. So we will get the value of dx. 105 minus 92 is equals to 13. Then 104 minus 92, 12. Then 102 minus 92, 10. 101 minus 92, it would be 9. 100 minus 92, 8. 99 minus 92, 7. 98 minus 92, 6. 96 minus 92, 4. 93 minus 92, 1. 92 minus 92, 0. So this way we have calculated the value of dx. Now what is the another one? The another one is dx square. How we are going to get dx square? When we are going to do dx into dx, so we will get dx square. Now first item under the dx column that we have calculated is 13. How we are going to calculate the square of 13? 13 into 13. So it would come to 169. Then 12 into 12. It would come to 144. 10 into 10. It would come to 100. 9 into 9. It would come to 81. 8 into 8. It would come to 64. 7 into 7. It would come to 49. 6 into 6. It would come to 36. 4 into 4. It would come to 16. 1 into 1. It would be 1. 0 into 0. It would be 0. So this way we have calculated, we have computed the dx square as well. Now what is the next variable? Y. Okay. So the value of y we have taken from the question. Now what is the next column? That is dy. Now we have to calculate dy. What does mean by dy? Deviation from y series. How we are going to calculate it? It would be calculated as y minus a, whereby a refers to assumed mean and y refers to item from y series. Okay. So again, how we are going to take assumed mean? We will see what is the smallest number in y series. So here you can see that again 92 is the smallest number in the y series. So we will consider that 92 is your assumed mean, and then we will calculate deviation from y series. How we will calculate? Y minus a means what is the first item? 101. 101 minus assumed mean means minus 92. So 101 minus 92 would be equals to 9. Then 103 minus 92 would be equals to 11. 100 minus 92, 8. 98 minus 92, 6. 95 minus 92, 3. 96 minus 92, 96 minus 92, 4. 104 minus 92 would be 12. Then 92 minus 92, 0. 97 minus 92, 5. 94 minus 92, 2. So this way we have calculated the value of dy as well. Then we have dy square. How we are going to calculate dy square? Dy into dy. So here you can see that the value of first item under the dy column is 9. So for calculating square of 9, we will do 9 into 9. So we will get 81. 11 into 11, 121. 8 into 8, 64. 6 into 6, 36. 3 into 3, 9. 4 into 4, 16. 12 into 12, 144. 0 into 0, 0. 5 into 5, 25. 2 into 2, 4. So this way we have calculated the value of dy square as well. What is the next variable? Next variable is dx into dy. How we are going to calculate the value of dx into dy? So we will take the values from this column dx into from this column dy, so that we can get dx into dy. What is the first item under dx? 13. What is the first item under dy? 9. So we will do 13 into 9. So we will get value in dx dy column. So 13 into 9 would be 117. Then 12 into 11 would be 132. Then 10 into 8 would be 80. Then 9 into 6 would be 54. Then 8 into 3 would be 24. Then 7 into 4 would be 28. Then 6 into 12 would be 72. Then 4 into 0 would be 0. Then 1 into 5 would be 5. Then 0 into 2 would be 0. So this way we have calculated the values under the dx dy column as well. Now what is the next step? We have to take the summation of all this, because in formula we have to put the summation of these values. Okay, so in X column what we have to do, we just have to calculate the number of items, that would be denoted by n. So here n is equals to how much? We will calculate this, we will count this item. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how many number of items are given? 10. So n would be equals to 10. In case of Y series as well, 10 items has been given. So here as well, total of number of items would be 10. Number of items is equals to 10. Now we have to take summation of the remaining columns. So for calculating summation dx, what we have to do? We have to add all these numbers. 13 plus 12 plus 10 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 4 plus 1. So the value that we are going to get would be 17. That is why we will say summation dx is equals to 70. Then we have to find out summation dx square. How we will find out summation dx square? We have to make addition of all these numbers. That is 169, 144 plus 100 plus 81 plus 64 plus 49 plus 36 plus 16 plus 1 plus 0. So we will get 660. That is why we will say that summation dx square is equals to 660. Then we have counted the number of items under the y series. Now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate summation dy. How we will calculate summation dy? We will just make the total of all these numbers. 9 plus 11 plus 8 plus 6 plus 3 plus 4 plus 12 plus 5 plus 2. So we will get how much? We will get 60. Okay. So we will say summation dy is equals to 60. Then we have to calculate summation dy square. How we will calculate summation dy square? We will again make addition of all these numbers. 81 plus 121 plus 64 plus 36 plus 9 plus 16 plus 144 plus 0 plus 25 plus 4. After doing this, we will get 500. Okay. So we will say summation dy square is equals to 500. Then we have summation dx dy. How we will calculate summation dx dy? We will again have to make addition of all these numbers for calculating summation dx dy. Like 170 plus 132 plus 80 plus 54 plus 24 plus 28 plus 72 plus 5. So we would get 512. So that is why we will say summation dx dy is equals to 512. This way we have completed our preparation chart. Now what is the next step? Next step is application of formula for calculating the Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation. So what is the formula for calculating Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation? So it is R. R represents Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation. R is equals to n into summation dx dy minus summation dx into summation dy upon under root n into summation dx square minus summation dx whole square into another under root n into summation dy square minus summation dy whole square. This way we have written the formula. Now what is the next step? We just have to put the values in formula. What is the value of n? 10. So we will write 10. What is the value of summation dx dy? It's 512. So we will write 512. Okay. Then minus under bracket summation dx. What is the value of summation dx? 70. We will write 70. Into summation dy. What is the value of summation dy? 60. So we will write 60. Then upon. Then under root. Again n. What is the value of n? 10. Into summation dx square. What is the value of summation dx square? 660. We will write 660. Then minus summation dx whole square. Now one thing that you have to keep in mind is don't get confused between summation dx square and summation dx whole square. When summation dx square has been given, so we have taken the value of summation dx square. But when summation dx whole square is given, what we have to do? We have to take the value of summation dx. Here it's 70, so we will write 70 and then you have to make the square of it. So we will write whole square of 70. Then into again and 10 into summation dy square. So what is the value of summation dy square? 500. So we will write 500 over here. Then minus summation dy whole square. What is the value of summation dy then? Here we can see it's 60. We will write 60 and we will take whole square of 60. So this way we have put all the values in the formula. Now what we have to do? We have to make calculations. 10 into 512, 5120. Minus 70 into 60 would be how much? 70 into 60 would be 4200. Okay? 4200. Then we have under root 10 into 660. So it would be 6600 minus 70 square. So it would be 4900 into 10 into 500. It would be 5000 minus 60 square would be 3600. So this way we have made the calculation. Then 5120 minus 4200. 5120 minus 4200. So we will get 920. Okay. Then under root 6600 minus 4900. So 6600 minus 4900 would be equals to 1700. Then into another under root. So 5000 minus 3600. It would be 1400. Okay. Then again 920. Then under root of 1700. So how we will calculate under root of 1700? We will simply put 1700 on calculator and then press the button of under root. So we will get 41.2311. Okay. Then into under root 1400. How will we calculate the value of under root 1400? We will simply write 1400 on calculator, then press the button of under root. So we will get 37.4166. 4166. Now what is the next step? We will write 920 as it is and we will do 41.233. 41.2311 into 37.4166. So we will get 1542.7276. 7276. Okay. Now we will do the division of this. 920 divided by 1542.7276. Okay. So how much? It comes to 0.5963. Now we have to take the value of correlation up to 2 decimal points. So we will write R is equals to 0.60 because when you are going to round up this figure, okay, so it will become and take up to 2 digits, 2 decimal points, so it will become 60. Why? Because this 6 is more than 5 and whenever the next digit is more than 5, so you have to make addition of 1 to the previous digit. So when you are going to make the addition of 1 to this 59, so it would become 60. Okay, that is why the value of coefficient of correlation over here is 0.60, positive 0.60. So here what we can conclude? Here we can conclude that the correlation between the intelligence ratio and arithmetical abilities of 10 children is 0.60, which represents that there is moderate degree of positive correlation between intelligence ratio and the arithmetic ability of the student. So this way we have calculated the coefficient of correlation and we have derived the conclusion as well. In next lecture we will see the next problem. Till then you guys keep studying, keep revising the problem. In case you are going to have any doubt, please contact me. You can call me, you can WhatsApp me. You would be given question on your Google Classroom. you can practice those questions and you can see the answer from the question from here as well. Okay, so keep watching the YouTube lectures, keep studying, be thirsty for the knowledge. Thank you so much.